Once upon a time, in a lively village nestled between green hills and bustling markets, lived a young dreamer named Aryan. Aryan was known far and wide for his big ideas. He could imagine inventions that would change farming, systems that would teach children faster, and plans for bridges that would connect the village to neighboring towns. Every evening, villagers would find Aryan under the old banyan tree, eyes sparkling with his next great idea. He talked about it passionately, sometimes for hours. "I'll build a machine to pick mangoes," he'd declare. "I'll create a school for every child," he'd promise. Everyone loved his imagination. It was contagious. But here's the thing. Aryan never acted on any of his ideas. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Aryan kept thinking, endlessly, about how brilliant his ideas were. But when it came to starting, he always said, "Tomorrow. First, I need to plan more. I'll begin after the festival." Soon, villagers stopped listening. They began saying, "Good thoughts are great, but actions are greater." One morning, the village elder, a kind but wise woman, called Aryan. She gave him 2 empty pots and said, "Aryan, fill these pots with water from the river before sunset." Eager to prove himself, Aryan smiled confidently. "At last, a chance to show what I can do," he thought. Full of ideas, Aryan stood by the riverbank and thought about the fastest way to carry water. He imagined using baskets, building a device with sticks, and even creating a pulley with vines. His mind raced with plans and possibilities, but hours passed, and not a single drop of water entered the pots. Sunset came. Ashamed, Aryan returned to the elder. His pots were still empty. The elder looked at him kindly and asked, "Aryan, you had time and 2 simple pots. Why are they still empty?" Aryan stammered, "I was thinking. I needed the perfect plan." The elder shook her head and said, "Thinking is important, but action turns dreams into reality." From that day on, Aryan decided to change. Instead of only imagining his ideas, he learned to start small and take real steps forward. He fetched water, carried wood, and slowly worked on his inventions, not waiting for perfection, but refining as he went. In time, the villagers began to notice progress instead of just brilliant speeches. Aryan became someone they not only admired, but trusted. And whenever someone in the village talked endlessly but did nothing, others would smile and say, "Dream big, but act bigger." Many people fall into the trap of planning endlessly or waiting for the perfect moment. But there is no perfect moment. There's only the present. Tiny steps taken today compound into big accomplishments over time. Just doing something, even something small, often motivates you to keep going, building a cycle of progress instead of stagnation.